know what she said. She might just change your life.
You are joining me, Christine Bentley, and Sharon Caddy in studio, and we have one of our special guests coming back, Morgan Toombs. Now, Morgan she's an award-winning sex and relationship expert. She's a speaker. She's an author. She does just about everything, but now she is on a new mission. Good morning.
Good
morning.
How
are you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
We're delighted. I mean, where have you been? We've been chasing you for the last year.
It's been a while, yeah.
She came in and then off she went, and you send an email and you get, Lord knows where you are. Leaving magic all over the place.
Yes.
But now you have a very, very special mission. So tell us about that.
So being a sex and relationship expert, one of the things that I love to do is uncover where issues around sexuality are hiding. And so breast cancer survivors often wrestle with their sexuality, wrestle with their body image, and being a nurse, I really like to look at the research. And one of the things that I found reading dozens of research studies was that there's no program, that there's no way to help breast cancer survivors heal from the inside, to feel sexy, to resonate confidence, and to really see themselves as the sexy woman that they are.
And of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month starts October 1st.
It does.
For the month of October, so we're getting ready for that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
So, you decided that you were going to do something about that.
Yes, and so what we wanted to do was create something that was free, or is free, for breast cancer survivors that they can get from their oncologists or their healthcare teams, or their survivorship program. And so we've written a book, research-based book, thanks to the help of York University nursing students. And we want to publish the book and offer it to, again, for free. And so we're doing a crowdfunding campaign for the entire month of October. And we're offering really cool perks. Do you know anything about crowdfunding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are you offering?
So we're offering, our grand prize, our $7,500 perk is to be on the cover of the book, which is
wow.
super cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, and then we've got other opportunities for somebody who wants to be more of a silent donor. They can donate books to oncology offices or breast cancer survivorship programs. Yeah, or even just a book for themselves. Or we've got like a couples package that has some sensual things in it as well, so that to really help ignite the flame again. And we've got best friends packages. We've got a whole bunch of really cool things for people to, just in time for Christmas too, because everything's going to be out for Christmas.
So is the book published?
It's not published yet. We're looking for the funding for it. And
how much are you trying to raise?
We're looking for $15,000 US, and that will cover all of just our costs to publish 3,000 books, and that'll be just what we need. And we're looking, if we get more though, if we get 30,000, we're going to do 2 editions of the book.
Terrific. And
if we get even more than that, which sometimes my campaign manager has raised almost a lot. She's raised just under $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah. And so if we get more than that, we're going to be giving it back as scholarships to breast cancer survivors who may not be able to work in the same capacity that they did before. And so we're going to give them the tools, international board designations, to coach fellow survivors on how to heal their relationship with their body, so they can really, again, feel beautiful and resonate confidence and see that sexy side of themselves again.
So Morgan, is this under the umbrella of a charity?
We're affiliated with After Breast Cancer, and so we're affiliated with them.
I love that After Breast Cancer really truly does address every aspect, and I mean, everybody. Our guest yesterday mentioned that you survived breast cancer, and everyone is so focused, and that is a wonderful thing. But life has to return to a semblance of normal, and that would include your sexuality.
Oh, absolutely.
No one wants to talk about it.
Oh my gosh, I know. and the research says that only 25% of healthcare providers actually talk about sexuality and relationships with their patients, and 100%, like all cancer survivors, based on all of the research studies that I've read, say that their sexuality transcends every other quality of life issue that they have, and yet nobody's talking about it until now.
Wow.
Well, it's hard if you don't have your own breasts and you've lost your hair.
Yeah.
it's hard to feel sexy. It's hard to feel feminine. And as Sharon said, this is the whole thing. This is the reason why I'm affiliated with it, because even though I'm not a survivor, I have not had breast cancer, the idea of trying to find your beautiful self again and try to feel good about yourself, and that includes feeling sexy, but feeling attractive. That is the real struggle. Time and time again, that's what every survivor has said. It's like, you walk out of the office, the doctor says, hey, you're good to go. Your friends say, okay, I don't have to worry about her anymore. Meanwhile, you don't feel attractive, and maybe you're married, and your husband may love you just as much and see you as attractive, but you don't feel attractive, so it doesn't work if you don't feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a huge divide. There can be. So that's really what we're working to build that bridge with.
So how did you go about writing this book? I mean, you said you did it with the help of nursing students.
So my first book, Sexy, It's Not That Serious, it's stemmed from that. So it's bringing in that content. And then we wanted to speak about intimacy, speak about different things that we didn't talk about in my book. And so we framed it out, and we had all these questions and all of these views specifically that are for breast cancer survivors. And then we dug up a ton of research and made these beautiful infographics. And they really did an amazing job creating the book and all of the topics inside to really help the breast cancer survivors. And the neat thing about it too is what we realized is that we wanted to create a common language between healthcare providers, their partners, and the breast cancer survivor, because when there's no conversation happening, who knows how to have that conversation?
Well, that's where I was just thinking that it would be great to be able to give the partner in the relationship the book as well, and that's a great conversation starter to get the couple communicating again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What is the biggest challenge you find when you counsel breast cancer survivors, let's say? Do they have trouble communicating with their spouse or their partner?
You know, I think that's something very common with all partners, regardless of what experience they've experienced, so breast cancer survivor or not. That's definitely something that we find. We also find, the love languages of how somebody receives and gives love is often disconnected. And the levels of intimacy, most people don't know how to communicate in their partner's language for them to really hear what they're saying and resonate with it.
So that's a common problem for anybody, but then when you have a woman with breast cancer, then you mean the communication pathways are completely disrupted.
They can be, yeah, absolutely. And one thing I like to do with breast cancer survivors is to see both partners, because one as a caregiver, in many ways, there's different issues than just the breast cancer survivor. So having both in the counseling is very beneficial.
And you must get a lot of satisfaction from your work, seeing people respond and regain that confidence and then that intimacy.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, it's really not about our meat suit, I call it, our body. It's really about the stuff that's inside, and what often surfaces is feelings of unlovability, unworthiness, undeservingness, things like that really are impactful to our core. And so we deal with those root issues, and we clean up the stuff around it and help them identify a new vision for themselves, a new way of being, so that they can feel really confident in their body.
So where would somebody go who wanted to participate in this crowdfunding campaign?
So they can go to our website, which is www.unleashedsurvivor.com, and we've got the contest up there, and we've also got a link to the Indiegogo campaign. The campaign goes live October 1st, and so right now people are welcome to sign up, and they can stay abreast all of our campaign updates and everything, and then when we go live, they'll get the email, and hopefully they'll support.
And you will be, of course, showcasing this at the After Breast Cancer Gala on Sunday?
Yes, absolutely.
Where I will see you?
Yes. I'm so excited.
It's going to be a great event.
It is a great event. As we were speaking yesterday, Annie Parker will be there, Decoding Annie Parker. She was the original, BRCA 1, BRCA 2 gene.
Right.
And so... And last year it was Diane Dupuy. They're always amazing, inspirational guests, people who share their stories, and it is really a community. It's a sisterhood, and let's not forget that there are many men who
That's true,
get
too.
breast cancer.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, I've been reminded of that, not to forget about the men who get it. So it's a community, and many more people are surviving.
Yeah.
So it's crucial that we help them to get back to normal, or the new normal for them.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, any resource that can really help them get there is beautiful.
And so we've got the crowdfunding, and if anyone wants to learn more about what you do you have a website we can send them to?
Yeah, we've got morgantoombs.com is my website, and it talks about the programs that I offer and coaching that I do. We do results guaranteed.
Let's just spell her name.
Oh, yeah.
Toombs. Morgan as in Morgan, but TOOMBS.com.
Correct.
And that way we'll get to all the stuff that you do really well.
And all that help that can be offered to people to live a fuller life.
Yes, thank you.
You do great work.
Thank you so much.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.